Lieutenant Cronin for Surfcasters Journal. We are at Fisherman Surf Show and Seminar out in Long Island with Nick from Tsunami. He's got two new rods that he just came out with, Airwave Elite. We have used Airwave Elite before. I think the 9-foot model we did the review on, it was a great shad, heavy shot, bucktail rod, rig heel rod. Some guys are using it for bait, and a lot of guys have been using your rod over the years, the Tsunami Airwave, as their go-to rod when they're just starting in the business. It's affordable and all that. You guys have never been known as the performance so-called rods, but just a good, great all-around rod for the money. Now you came up with these two, what I consider performance rods, under $200 or around there?
Right around $200.
Okay. These rods are so much different than anything you guys have ever done.
This is a project that we worked on for a few years. So first thing we found was some new graphite composites, which are, for want of a better term, similar to what people call nanotechnology, which just means really dense fiber and epoxy resins that are very small molecules so they can saturate this denser cloth. And by doing that, we were able to build very, very strong rods that were very light. What I wanted to build was plugging rods. You know, graphite rods are easy to make stiff. Graphite's fairly stiff material. But based on that, most graphite rods are too stiff for comfortable plugging. So I built these rods for the average guy who doesn't want to hurt himself casting for 8 hours on the beach. I wanted to have graphite rods that were reminiscent of the old fiberglass rods that we used to use, but with the recovery of modern graphite. So what we did was we tried to keep down the weight, number one, real slim profiles, number two. We took advantage of today's guide trains, which are, these are Alkanite K-Series, which is the Fuji non-tangle guides. We use Fuji reel seats. We did a furling system that's 70% of the rod is tip and 30%
split, right.
And what we did was, if you look at the wall thickness on the furls, because that's one of the places rods tend to blow up. Very thick walls. We built furls that actually will wear together as time goes by. So you'll see they don't seat perfectly together. There's a reason for that. This will eventually wear as the years go by. These rods are very parabolic in action. They're easy to cast, but they're extremely strong. Hold that rod. And I want to show you something. High stick this rod. Lift. High stick. Lift. High stick.
I can't lift it. I got bad elbow here.
So we don't want you to abuse the rod. I just want to show you how strong the material is. So what these are plugging rods. And they're very specific. You know, there's an 8/8, which is a brand new rod. That's a sand beach rod, little mambo minnows, little red fins. The next rod is like SP minnows up to maybe 2-ounce pencils. The 10.5-footer is probably like the most all-around rod. It will do a bunch of things. And the 11-footer is more of a, you know, a big gun. But they're plugging rods, they're not bait rods. And I think we really hit on something here. Today's reels, there's some great reels out on the market now for around $200. The rod's $200. With some line and a few plugs, you can get a guy going fishing for $500, and he's really not sacrificing performance. No. And we need to keep people in this sport, you know, and people need to walk before they can run, and that's what these rods are for.
We tested it in the last issue. We thought it was a great rod, and we're very happy that you came up with something that's for $200. You're really getting an awesome rod.
Huge amount of value.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Good? Thanks.